Today I am going to do a video comparing Senegence Make Sense Foundation Pearlizer with Becca's Backlight Priming Filter? Backlight Priming Filter, that's what it's called. So I'm going to compare these. I'm going to do my Pearlizer on the right side of my face and my Becca Backlight on the left side of my face. So this is obviously just meant to be a primer. That's its job. It's a primer. The Pearlizer is very multi-function. I've actually never used it as a primer, but my friend uses it as a primer, so I thought I would give it a go and compare it with this one that everybody loves. And I'm not gonna lie, I do like it, but I feel like because it's only used as a primer and the fact that I layer like several other layers of makeup on top of it, it's kind of almost pointless to use this because you just can't see any of the I don't know, backlight priming filter. Like I don't feel like I'm lit from within because I'm wearing this, because it really, all my makeup just covers it up. This you can kind of use in a million different ways. So I'm going to be using this in several different ways that I do on the right side of my face, and then like I said, this Becca will be on the left side of my face. So I'm just going to get a little pump of that, and never just put something on half my face, so this is kind of weird. I'm just going to rub that in only over here. So same thing with my Pearlizer. I'm going to put a little pump on my finger. That's honestly probably too much, but it's already there, so what are you gonna do? Remember, Pearlizer is anti-aging, so it's got our Cineplex complex in it, and that helps to renew your cells and refresh them and bring new cells to the surface 23% faster than they would on their own. I don't know if you can see my hands, they're very shimmery. Can you see it on my face at all? I can't tell. So at this point, Becca's pretty much done. Like I put it on as a primer and then you go about the rest of your makeup. My Pearlizer I'm going to use several other times, so I'll get going with that. At this point I also can't really tell a difference. Like I can't see, I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm looking at my phone, but they look pretty similar so far. I think the biggest perk is going to be that I can use this for so many other things. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put another little pump of this in my, well, just on the back of my hand, and I'm going to mix it with my foundation. I probably wouldn't normally do use it as a primer and mix it in my foundation. I'd probably do one or the other, but I'm trying to show you guys different things to use it for, and all the different things that you can use one product for several different parts of your makeup. So I'm going to do both today. That's not quite a full pump this time, okay? And a pump of my foundation, and then I'm just going to mix them together. So you could use like a Q-tip. I'm just going to use the back of you can't see that, a back of a makeup brush. And I'm just going to mix those up. And then, obviously I don't want to waste that, so I'm going to wipe it on my face. And then I'll blend that when I get to it. Oh yeah, I forgot. I was only going to do Freak. Well, okay. So I was only going to do my Pearlizer stuff on my right side of my face, but I forgot. So the foundation's gonna go everywhere, even though it has Pearlizer in it. I ruined my own experiment. And then the rest of the makeup I'll try to remember to do just on my right side with the Pearlizer. But I've never done something that was only like half of my face before, so I don't know if I'll remember, but I will try. don't know if you can see just a little bit that's left on there. So that's just regular foundation, my Make Sense foundation, and mixed with the pearlizer. And look at that pretty like sheen it has to it. Just a little bit of reflection for a youthful, like dewy, glowy, pretty skin. So I'm just using my MAC pressed powder. If you like a loose powder, we have a really good translucid natural loose powder. It comes in an incredible container. I use that about half the time, but I had my pressed right here. So one thing that I have learned about applying powders is you want to kind of dab the product in rather than like rubbing your face or kind of smearing it around. That kind of keeps your concealer and foundation underneath in its place rather than moving it around. So there's a little tip for you. My bun is like falling out big time, but hopefully I can get through this before I need to go fix it. When I'm being super lazy, I just apply like one little coat of my Mocha Java shimmer to my lid, and that's basically as far as I go with my eyeshadow. So I'm going to do that. I'm just going to apply some of the product on my lid. I'm going to do both lids. So once I've got the product on there, I'm just going to blend the edges just a little so there's not like a line. And then my eyeshadow's done for the day. The last couple things I'm going to use my pearlizer for is going to be highlighting. I'm going to apply the pearlizer just right, kind of like right here. I'm also going to put it on my brow bone, and I might just try to do a little bit on the right side of my Cupid's bow. Then on my left side, I'm just going to use a powder highlighter that I got from a Birchbox or something. It's called Manna Kadar. I don't know if I'm saying that right, Beauty. So I'm just going to use the highlighting shade. I'm just going to do both with my fingers. Normally I would do a beauty blender with this, but I don't have it in front of me, so I'm not going to. I don't know if you saw how much I started with on my finger, but it was really a pretty small squirt, and it was way too much, even with doing like up on my forehead, kind of around my eye, brow bone, down my nose, and my Cupid's bow. I still had to wipe off like quite a bit onto a paper towel. So a little really does go a long way. So on my left side, I'm gonna just do same thing. I'm just gonna use my finger just kind of to make things even. Just a little bit of the Manna Kadar highlighter. And I'm gonna put it, I'm not gonna put it in all the same places because I already have it on my nose and my Cupid's bow, so no reason to double dip that, obviously. And I forgot to do this right on my right side, but I usually like to put some on my inner eye corner, and I forgot, so I'm not gonna do it now, but there's another good use for it. So I'm gonna do my brows and mascara, and then we can kind of get a closer look at my right side versus my left side and see if we can tell a difference, even though I totally forgot and used pearlizer all over my face in my foundation, and I was only gonna do it on the right side. But another good use for this is if you have a cream blush, which of course Senegence makes, and of course it's anti-aging, so that's awesome. If you have a cream blush, you can apply, again, a little tiny, like not even half a pump, into your cream blush, mix those together, and then you get a little more shimmer in your blush. Remember, you don't want to smush your lips together until you get your gloss on. A couple last things I was going to say really quick. Mascara I've been using probably this month is Katy Cat Eye. And actually I don't really like it. It does make my eyelashes look pretty long, but it really makes them pretty spidery. I can only do one coat before they just are like gross looking. I don't like the applicator either. Can you see? It's kind of like a twirl. And it's not for me. I also don't feel like it's all the way black. I'm sure you can't tell that from the camera here, but it seems like it's almost like gray black. I can't tell that by looking at it on my eyelashes, but when I pull out the applicator, I'm always like, this should be more black. So that's my opinion on Katy Cat Eye. Lastly, let's just look at the Pearlizer versus the Becca Backlight priming filter. So as a recap, I used Becca just as a primer, just on my left side of the face. I used Senegence Pearlizer for several things on the right side of my face. So Pearlizer went as my primer. It was mixed into my foundation that ended up being all over my face because I forgot that I was only going to do half. I used it as my highlighter here, brow bone, kind of on the forehead, down the nose, Cupid's bow, and you can also mix it in with a cream blush if you've got a cream blush. So tons of awesome benefits with Pearlizer. It's good stuff. It's anti-aging, so that's always the biggest thing I think for people my age and older, is we are starting to take better care of our skin than we probably did 5-10 years ago. So that's a huge perk in my opinion. And I just think it looks good. So that's it, you guys. Thank you for watching. And then I just had to take a picture of the back of this shirt because it's the cutest part of the shirt.